Hello everyone, welcome back to Wnslw Gaming. Last episode ended right here. I had just escaped from Cold Harbor together with the Prophet. We had actually saved him together with Lyris, and Lyris sacrificed herself to get the Prophet out. To continue the main quest, I would basically just have to talk to the Prophet, but today I'm not gonna do that. Probably in 2 episodes I will continue the game. Today I'd like to give you guys some starter tips, because I've been playing the game for a while now. I made a Templar, which was like level 25 or something. Playing a lot together with friends. The game is really enjoyable. I really like it a lot. Way better than I thought it would be actually, because there were a lot of, well, basically bad reviews. But I feel like I would have done some things differently if I would start out with a new character. And basically, when I start out with a character, I would follow the following tips that I'm gonna give you today. Well, let's get started. One of the tips I would like to give you guys is always check every bookshelf. So just go to a bookshelf, plus E, and search for it. Well, this one didn't give me anything. I've already searched the other one as well. Didn't give me anything. But a lot of the bookshelves will give you skill points. Let's see if I can get one. Yeah, that one did. I got 1 hand and shield increased to 2. So that first tip for me would be always check every bookshelf. The second tip would be to join the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild and the Undaunted as soon as you can. As soon as you've done Cold Harbor or skipped it, because once you've done Cold Harbor once you can skip it, go immediately to the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild and the Undaunted. I'll show you where you can find them. This is the icon for the Mages Guild, this is the icon for the Fighters Guild, and the Undaunted can always be found inside the tavern. So that's the same for every faction. So I'm gonna join the Mages Guild right now.
Have I convinced you then? Are you ready to join up?
I had previously talked to him already, so that's why it's a really short conversation, but yeah, I wish to join the Mages Guild.
Excellent. You are now a student of the Mages Guild. Every book you find will now earn you reputation in the guild. I suggest you begin by talking to Wnslw, our mistress of incunabula. She often has tasks for new recruits. Good luck.
So, not only do you get missions from joining the Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild as well and the Undaunted, but you also get access to certain skills. And you get access to these skills by raising your reputation in the guild. And for the Mages Guild you do that by finding books. So that's why you need to do this as soon as possible, because otherwise if you collect books, they don't count towards your reputation in the Mages Guild. So that's why I stress to do this as soon as possible. I actually leveled there for joining the Mages Guild, nice. When you press J, your journal, you can go here to the lore library and you can see which books you actually have found. So you can also, if you find one, you can read them afterwards. So I'm in the Fighters Guild right now. I'm going to join those as well. I've already talked to him, so that's why this conversation will be quite short.
What do you say, recruit? Have I convinced you? Are you ready to join the fight? Then let me be the first to officially welcome you as an associate of the Fighters Guild. Get out there and take the fight to the Daedra. You're in luck, comrade. Sees all colors herself is here today. Why don't you go introduce yourself?
So now I'm a member of the Fighters Guild as well. And when you press K, you will go to your skills. And you can see here Guild. So you can see now the skills here that you can get for joining the Fighters Guild, and these ones are for the Mages Guild. And by raising your reputation with the 2 guilds, you will unlock different skills. Rank 2, rank 4, rank 6, rank 8. The ultimate is rank 10. So, and the Fighters Guild, you raise this by destroying the dark anchors. Throughout the game they will have them. You will notice it when what I mean. It's really cool. It's one of the coolest things in the game, I think. But you also get it by killing Daedra and Undead, and that does increase your Fighters Guild rank. I'm gonna show you the last one now, the Undaunted. As I said, they are always at the bar, so let's go there now. I've just entered the Salted Wings Tavern. And I'll show you where to find. I'll show you where to find the Undaunted. They're upstairs. This is for the Altmere Dominion, of course. These are the Undaunted. These people. So you can find them in each faction inside the tavern. I'll talk to them.
Greetings, Milksop. You must be lost. This is where Undaunted drink, not milksops. Now go away, milksop. This one does not want to catch your milksopiness.
I'm not a milksop. I've fought scarier things than you can imagine.
You've probably fought what? Some mud crabs and malnourished bandits? Undaunted tackled the big things. Scary things. Found only in the dark places of the world. Things with flesh-eating fists, hungry for your face.
The Undaunted? Who are the Undaunted?
We are. Thrill-seeking adventurers, every one. We aren't mercenaries like the Fighters Guild, or patriots like the Dominion. We fight to prove we're the toughest of the litter. You want in? You'll have to prove yourself.
Yes, I want to be one of the Undaunted.
That's the spirit. What's a centuries-old cursed bloodline in the face of unmitigated bravado? Enter the banished cells, stay a while, maybe bother a ghost. If you come out alive, see me at the tavern in Volkelgard. We'll talk more then.
So will you help me in the banished cells?
This one doesn't help. This one has already done his due diligence, seen his share of dangerous delves. His job is strictly to send the uninitiated head first into unknowable terror. But good luck in there. You'll come back with a story for sure.
What are the perks of being Undaunted?
We're experienced adventurers. We can teach you skills and tactics a soldier cannot. Our battlefields are the deeps of Tamriel. There's also a cache of weapons and equipment found on our adventures for sale. Much more exotic than the local armory.
So is there anything an Undaunted would be interested in around here?
Out by the old release tombs, you'll find the banished cells. It's just a rumor, but I've heard there's an undead king there, and he's quite a handful for those who guard him. Sounds worthy of a visit. How often do you get to see an undead king?
So not only did I just join the Undaunted, I showed you something else. If you talk to random NPCs throughout the game, they will sometimes give you map updates. So they will show you on your map where something is. So that's something to remember. It actually pays off talking to some NPCs, especially the ones in the tavern. But we just joined the Undaunted, and it gave me the Undaunted skill line. So you can see what we can get by raising this. And you raise this by doing dungeons. You have to complete dungeon achievements and Undaunted pledges, basically quests, and that's what increases your rank with the Undaunted. Although you won't be doing dungeons starting really on low level, but remember to get all these guilds as early as possible, because it definitely will help you out, because they're quite hard to level in the beginning. And you might need some of these skills for the build you have found for instance, so that's kind of important. Another thing to remember is once you hit 10,000 gold, you should go to the stable, because you can buy a mount at 10,000 gold. I didn't know this in the beginning actually.
Welcome, friend.
Because I looked at the different horses you could buy, and I saw that there was an expensive one and a cheap one. And the expensive ones are 42,700 gold, the cheap one is 10,000 gold. And I thought that actually this one was not as good as these ones. That these were either faster, stronger, or whatever. It's not the case, because you have something called riding skill. Every day you can upgrade a skill for 250 gold, so you can upgrade either speed, either stamina, or either carry capacity. This takes 20 hours to learn, and then after 20 hours you can select the next skill. My suggestion would be to do it all in speed, and because carry capacity you can improve it in a different way, I'll show you after this one. But what you have to remember is once you buy one of these horses, each character you make can have this horse. So when you make a new character, it can already at level 3 or level 1, I think you're level 3 when you get out of the Cold Harbor thing, you can already use the horse. So that's really nice. And the game is really big, so getting a horse is kind of important. So I've just entered the handy haversack, and for the Altmera Dominion it's right here. For the other factions you have to look it up. I think they might be at the bank or whatever. But what you can do here is you talk to this guy.
You call that
and you can buy a backpack upgrade. And what this does is increases the size of your inventory by 10 slots. The first time it costs 400, and I think afterwards it doubles to 800 and 1600 until like 110 slots. I think you can upgrade it because you start out with 60 slots. So once you buy it, you get 70 slots, 80, 90, 100, 110, and you really need it because when you go into dungeons, there will be quite some time before you get back to either a bank or to sell your stuff at merchants or research it, craft it, whatever you want to do with it, and you will need the inventory space. So one of the things you don't want to do really much is go for a swim. It is actually an achievement, but if you go out into really deep areas, or I think if you stay too long in the water, this is basically what happens. So you can see in the top right corner, I'm going off the map right now, and once I do that, this is what happens. I get attacked by slaughterfish, and they kill you. And normally this would actually give you an achievement, as you can see right here. It's called Defeated by Slaughterfish. So you can do it once, but learn from it and don't do it again. Another tip I want to give you guys is that once you hit level 10, you can do some PvP, player versus player. As you might know, you press L. Once you hit level 10, you go to campaigns and you select one of the campaigns you want to join. You can join it either as a home, or you make it your home, or your guest. If you make it your home, you will get this tab, and you can get bonuses in there and all sorts of stuff. It's basically once you select this home or guest, it will tell you what happens if you do that. So let's join a campaign. So once you've chosen a campaign and you entered it, you will now be in the world of Cyrodiil, which is from the game Oblivion. So you have the Imperial City here, which is just added by DLC. And for instance, you have Bruma here. There's a lot of stuff you might recognize from the game Oblivion. But that's not what we came here to do. We came here to do this quest. Welcome to Cyrodiil, which if you're a Daggerfall Covenant will be right in front of you where you just entered the game. This quest will show you around the world of Cyrodiil. It will tell you how to do PvP and will show you, for instance, how to use siege weapons, that sort of stuff. It's an easy quest. It will only take you about half an hour, and it will give you some alliance points that you need to level your alliance war skills. You can find in the skill tab alliance war. You have assault and support, and in the assault one you can find a skill called rapid maneuver. It's a buff you can give yourself and your allies that are close by, and increases your movement speed by 40% and also your mounted speed by 40%, so you can also use it while on your mount. And honestly, this will save you a lot of time, because running around in this game gets quite annoying at one point, so my advice is get the skill as soon as possible. So one thing to remember is that you can travel for free from waste shrine to waste shrine. So once you discover different waste shrines, I haven't yet because I've only been in a little city, you can travel for free. So whenever you're here and you want to go here, you can teleport there by paying some gold. But if you just travel to the nearest waste shrine, you can travel for free. It doesn't matter what the distance is, you can actually travel to different areas as well. It doesn't really matter. Another thing I'd like to show you guys, you go to settings, you go to gameplay, and you put this on. I've already have it on. Prevents attacking innocents, because what it does is whenever you're messing around with friends, you're just shooting off some spells, trusting your sword, and you hit a guard, you will become wanted and have to pay a fine to get rid of that. And that's kind of a waste of money, so do this. You can actually turn it on again whenever you want to do some achievements that require you to kill either just innocents, or I don't think there are achievements to kill guards, but you can kill innocents and that's actually an achievement, but you have to look it up. But for normal gameplay, I would suggest just leaving this on. Another thing is, what I didn't know in the beginning, these skulls with crossbones, they're actually bosses. world bosses, and they give you some good loot. But if you kill all of them in an area, well, every one of them actually gives you an achievement. If you kill all of them in one area, you also get an achievement. And that's the thing with all the quests as well. Whenever you completed all the quests in an area, that will give you an achievement. Whenever you completed all the public dungeons or dungeons in an area, that will give you an achievement. So remember that, because when you haven't got the achievement, you also know that you still have some quests to do, for instance. Well, that was it actually for this time. Next time I'd like to show you some add-ons that I'm using, because as you can see, I have a couple of different things that you might have on your map. For instance, I have lore books over here and all sorts of stuff like the sky shards. And I'll go into that with more detail in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. See you guys, bye bye. Well, that was it for this time, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, leave me a message, and come back next week for the next video, which will be on add-ons. Bye bye.